Good morning students, welcome back to Alchemy online classes. Students, today we are going to start our new chapter, that is the coastal plains and island. Before we learn anything about island and coastal plains, let's see an animation on that. What is island and what is coastal plain?
And islands of India, the sea and the coast. A land which is surrounded on three sides by water is called a peninsula, and the southern part of India is a peninsula surrounded by the Arabian Sea in the west, the Indian Ocean in the south, and the Bay of Bengal in the east. The area where the water of the sea meets the land is called a coast, and the outline of a coast is called its coastline. India's coastline extends 7,517 kilometers from Gujarat in the west to the West Bengal in the east. The Western Coastal Plain. The Western Coastal Plain is a thin strip of land situated between the Arabian Sea and the Western Ghats. The width of this plain is about 50 kilometers. It begins at Gujarat in the north and ends at Kerala in the south. It also includes the coastlines of the states of Maharashtra, Goa, and Karnataka. The western coastal plain is divided into three major coasts. The northern part is called the Gujarat coast, the middle up to Goa is called the Konkan coast, and the southern part from Goa to Kerala is called the Malabar coast. The eastern coastal plain. The eastern coastal plain is a wide stretch of land situated between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal. Its average width is 120 kilometers. It begins at West Bengal in the north and ends at Tamil Nadu in the south, and includes the coastlines of the states of Orissa and Andhra Pradesh. The eastern coastal plain is divided into two major coasts, the northern Sircars to the north and the Coromandel coast to the south. The Indian islands, Andaman and Nicobar. A mass of land which is surrounded by sea on all the sides is called an island. The islands nearer to the Indian mainland in the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal are a part of India. There are two groups of islands, Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal and the Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands themselves are two groups of islands. The northern islands are called the Andaman Islands and the southern islands are called the Nicobar Islands. Their capital is Port Blair. They consist of about 300 islands in all, with only a few of them inhabited by tribals. The southernmost point of these islands is also the southernmost tip of India. It is called the Indira Point. Indian Islands, Lakshadweep. The Lakshadweep Islands are a group of about 30 islands which lie close to the Malabar coast. Their capital is Kavaratti. Most of these islands are made of deposits of skeletal remains of an animal called coral. So these islands are also called the Coral Islands.
Now student, are you clear about the coastal area and the island? Okay. Now come to iConnect session. So this is our iConnect session. First is name this picture. So that the first picture is showing us land, part of land and part of sea. So this picture indicates that this is the coastal area. This is the coastal area. And here we can see a place is surrounded by all sides by water. So this is an island. Now, what is a coast? Tick the correct answer. Option A, a coast is where the land meets the sky. Option B, a coast is where the land and the ocean meet. Option C, a coast is where there is a lot of sand. So the correct answer is B. A coast is where the land and the ocean meet. Name a few popular food items eaten near coastal areas. So the four popular food items near coastal areas are rice, fish, seafood and coconut. So come to I Explore session. In this chapter we will be able to locate the coastal plains and the group of islands on the map of India. Second, we learn about the climate of the coastal plain and island. Name the state and capitals of the coastal plain and island. And understand the life on coastal plain and island. Flat or low-lying land meets ocean is known as coastal plain. On the other hand, we can say island is a place which is surrounded all sides from water. So student, we have seen in an animation that India is a peninsula. Means the southern part of India covered with water from three sides. In the west, Arabian Sea is there. In the south, Indian Ocean is there. And in the east, Bay of Bengal is there. So the areas which are on the Arabian Sea coastal plains are known as western coastal plain. At the same time, the areas nearby Bay of Bengal are known as eastern coastal plain, and the area nearby the Indian Oceans are known as the southern coastal plains. The coastal plain extends from Gujarat in the east to the West Bengal in the west, and they run for a distance of 5,700 kilometers on the mainland. So this green portion which you can see are the coastal plains of India. It starts from Gujarat in the west and to the West Bengal in the east. The west coastal plains are known as Western Coastal Plain and the east coastal plains are known as Eastern Coastal Plains. As we discussed that southern part of India is a peninsula, but the island is different. As we learned that island is covered from all sides of water, but the peninsula is covered is a land of peace which covered from three sides of water. So the southern part of India is peninsula, not an island. India is having mainly two islands. First, Andaman and Nicobar Island, and second is Lakshadweep Island. So where the Lakshadweep Island and Andaman and Nicobar Island are situated, let's see on the map. The island situated in the Arabian Sea is known as Lakshadweep Island. These all places are known as Lakshadweep Island. At the same time, the place or the island situated on the Bay of Bengal is known as Andaman and Nicobar Island. The north part of this is known as Andaman Island and the southern part of this is known as Nicobar Island. And this place, this area is the country Sri Lanka. So as we can see, this area is a peninsula because it is covered with water from three sides. But this Lakshadweep Island and Andaman and Nicobar, it is having all four sides in water. So these areas are known as the islands. So the area of coastal plains having hot and humid climate and warm winter, but it is having heavy rainfall during monsoon season. Now students, come to our course book session, Coastal Plain in India. The southern plateaus are surrounded by coastal plains on both sides. This thin strip of plains run along the coastline of India. The plains of the west side of the plateaus are called the western coastal plains, whereas the plains on the east side are called the eastern coastal plains. They extend from Gujarat in the west to West Bengal in the east. They run for a distance of 5,700 kilometers on mainland. Mainland means belonging to the main area of land of a country. The coastal plains experience hot and humid climate, humid summer and warm winter. Heavy rainfall occurs during the monsoon season. Students, today we learn about the coastal plain and the island. In our next class, we will learn about the western coastal plains of India.